Hi guys. So the ultimate question is, how do I stay focused? In part 1 of this video, I'll cover 6 tips that can truly help you master the art of focus.
So you don't need to practice everything right now. Instead, you can just take one principle, truly master it, and get back here, look at the other stuff, and then start practicing the other stuff again. So this is not a race, this is much like a marathon to help you stay more focused, to help you be more productive, to help you save a lot of time, and to help you stay motivated. You can essentially use these tips for studying, reading, working, or any other kind of activity to focus better. Also, before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also crush the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I release new content.
We all know that distractions are focus killers, but we have not been able to get rid of them. Everybody tells you to focus, but does anybody tell you how to focus? The solution is really simple though. Have you ever heard of the term mindfulness? Yes, this is the same word that is used in meditations. Mindfulness is nothing but being aware of the thoughts that are present inside your brain. And by practicing mindfulness, you can actually skyrocket your focus. So how do I practice mindfulness? You could just imagine a spirit ball that you have with you. Let us call this ball the focus ball. And you need to have this focus ball with you all the time. Imagine that this focus ball is with you all the time. Okay, when we are doing one task and when we have some sort of disturbance, this focus is actually shifted from your work to that disturbance. So what happens is that focus ball also moves from yourself to that disturbance. Now all this happens without your knowledge. But your only task is to bring that focus ball from that distraction back to yourself. Monks actually practice this art of mindfulness. That is why they have such a clear thought on everything. They have immense focus and a clear thought on whatever it is they are concentrating on. My second point leads up from the first point. Practice meditation. What better way is there to practice mindfulness rather than meditation? By learning the skills of meditation, you would also learn that these skills can be applied to other areas in your life. Number 3. Clutter plus 2 minutes. Okay, I have a simple question for you. Do you want to work in this environment or do you want to work in this environment? Just comment down the number below. We are sometimes disorganized. This disorganization sometimes goes beyond uncontrollable levels. If only we spend a few seconds putting things where they belong, we would not be frustrated and we would be able to focus without needing to clear up the mess every single time. By using this 2-minute principle, we can figure out whether we want to procrastinate the particular task or do then and there. For example, if I have to keep my book back in the cupboard, I would think to myself, how long is it going to take? If it's going to take less than 2 minutes, I would just go ahead and do it. Physically, mentally, and emotionally present. Do you remember when we as kids used to stare out of windows in school? And suddenly the teacher would call us by our name and ask a random question. She will tell us that it's not only important to be physically present, it's also important to be mentally present. But there is this third element that everybody is missing. So the third missing thing is emotionally present. What this means is that even if a snail is your teacher and if it stares at you and you are supposed to learn something, if you are emotionally equipped, you can still learn. Even though this sounds entirely crazy, if you have the right attitude, you can even learn from the worst of teachers and the worst of situations. Number 5. Exercise. Why am I not able to do exercise? We know that exercise actually expands our memory and also it helps us to focus more. It releases a chemical which helps us to refresh our memory, which can help us to focus even better. But why don't we still do that? Why don't we still exercise? See, exercise is not a habit. like brushing your teeth or taking a bath. So how do you make it a habit? By using this 3-step process. Identify the cue, follow the process, and get yourself rewarded. Cue. So what does cue mean? Cue means a signal. When you establish a signal, that is called a cue. For example, when you leave your running shoes under your bed, and when you wake up and see your running shoes under your bed, you realize that this is a signal to go outside and work out or take a run or whatever. Behavioral scientists say that when these cues are already tied to existential habits, you tend to perform much better. For example, let us assume that you want to go to running and you place your shoes under the sink in your bathroom. Now, I don't know if it's really a hygienic thing to do, but just follow me on this. So when you leave your shoes under the sink in the bathroom, so the first thing that you do in the morning is to wake up to go and brush your teeth. When you brush your teeth, you notice that your shoe is below the sink. So that will give you a better incentive to do the task, and you will realize that there is a task to do. Now, if you keep the same shoe outside in your parking lot or in your garage or wherever, you won't have that signal to actually push you to do that task. Now, the second and third point are follow the process and get yourself rewarded. Now, what you have to do is just follow the process. If you want to go for a run, go for a run. But keep in mind that you have to reward yourself after that run. Imagine that you're going to have a banana smoothie after the run. So, as you keep doing this for a quite number of while, you will come to realize that you will be running just for the banana smoothie. And it's not unhealthy at all. And you will have a good habit that has been formed. So, identify your rewards and tie them up with the cues and the process, and you will have a great habit to follow. Number 6. Use moderate ambient noise. The research shows that moderate ambient noise enhances creativity and triggers brain activity. But this should be taken with a fair amount of warning, because this has found not to work in a few sections of people. The people who are really introverted. Personally, I love to read when the rain is pouring. So I go to this amazing website called Noisily. You can create your own sounds and immerse yourself in that great experience. I will leave the link of that website below so that you can access it and you can start experiencing it right now. So that is it for me. Try to practice all these principles one by one. And if you found this video really useful, share it with your friends. So if you have not checked out my earlier videos, go ahead and check it out and you can improve yourself exponentially.